But then from the personal shadow, we have the collective shadow. So this is when we're starting to connect to the shadows of your ancestors that still live within you. The collective shadow could be all the years and years of repressed rage that all your nice girl grandmothers have held on to. Okay? The collective shadow can have undigested trauma from your ancestors within the last few hundred years that either, if you have Indigenous Australian heritage, from suffering and surviving genocide. If you have ancestry that descended from convicts that arrived here on boats, from the trauma of immigration and being removed from their most known towns and villages from where they came from and coming to a distant land, some of them not surviving. If you are like me and my parents grew up in a civil war, my grandparents grew up in the same civil war, my great-grandparents survived the genocide, that still lives within me epigenetically, within my DNA. It's been passed on to me. So when things pop off and things happen to me in my life, like during COVID, where because of my ancestors' relationship to authority and how there was a genocide against the Assyrian, Aramean, Chaldean minorities within what is now called Turkey, and how they were deceived and told, hey, give us your weapons and we'll protect you. These are like militia groups at that time. And how they were deceived, and once they gave their weapons, they were all slaughtered. So there's a betrayal wound there from authority. It's very easy for me to tap into that distrust in authority now that lives, that I experience within my own personal life because of that collective shadow that is within me because of the trauma that my ancestors have been through only, it was 1915, so, you know, over 100 years ago. But because I'm the first generation within my bloodline that lives in Australia, a safe country, my parents, my grandparents and parents grew up in war as well, I have the capacity to be able to look into my inner world, to sift through this stuff, process it and digest it. They didn't. Survival mode. Survival mode, survival mode, survival mode. You can't look into the past. You've got to focus on what's happening here. So these are all examples of what can be in your collective shadow. We all carry that. We carry the collective shame of our ancestors, the grief of our ancestors, pain, hurt, all these different things, beliefs that are passed down to us through our ancestry. And there's a survival mechanism component to that. Because if my ancestors survived the genocide because they didn't trust the authority, and the ones that didn't survive were the ones that trusted the authority, well, there's actually something very sacred about me not trusting authority right now, and I wouldn't be here without it, okay? Obviously, it's important for me to have the discernment, to not get too lodged and enmeshed in the belief of not trusting authority completely, because then I'd probably end up in prison, okay? So it can go really far in different directions in different ways, yeah? But this is why part of this work of working with the collective shadow, we meet these parts of us, we understand their sacred role, why they're there, where they come from, and then from there we can integrate the wisdom that they're there to give us, so that now with me, using that example, if I don't trust authority, I can start to tend to that part. Hey, let's have a conversation. I understand you're getting triggered now. Hey, let's see if what you're picking up on is sharp, and listen to it. Okay, yes, cool. I can agree. Yeah, no, what you're picking up is true. Or I can see that you're unsafe because this is popping off in the world. Cool, let me tend to you now. Let me give you some support. We can actually trust, maybe we can't trust this, we can trust this. Cool, and by doing that, you're actually supporting that part of you to heal and heal whatever your ancestors couldn't. Does that make sense? Yep, okay.